60 seconds, one healthy person can breathe about 15 to 18 times. Then, in case of doing some physical work, breathing rate will be increases. What will be 20 to 25 times per minute. Then, because of the more requirement of oxygen in the body, if the requirement of oxygen on the body is large, then breathing rate will be increased. But normal breathing rate 15 to 18 times per minute. Then, our breathing rate is controlled by the respiratory center of the medulla oblongata in the brain. This is there is a question. Who controls our breathing rate? So our breathing rate is controlled by the respiratory center in the medulla oblongata. In the brain there is an organ that is called medulla oblongata. So medulla oblongata, there is a respiratory center that controls the breathing rate, which is located in our brain, medulla oblongata. So the center is stimulated by the carbon dioxide and this content of the blood. That means the center is stimulated, that means respiratory center, medulla oblongata is spread. Medulla oblongata as a respiratory center is stimulated. Medulla oblongata respiratory center is stimulated by the content of carbon dioxide in the blood. So, the more the carbon dioxide in the blood, the faster is the breathing. If there is more carbon dioxide in the blood, then breathing will be faster. The breathing movement are involuntary, but to some extent one can increase or decrease the rate of breathing. Breathing rate is involuntary, not depend on our will. But in some extent, it can decrease or it can be increased by someone. Then, for instance, if you try to hold your breath for some time, if someone try to hold the breath for some time, then a stage will become when you cannot hold it further. So this is your last extent. So during the speaking, singing, playing, wind instrument, the breathing is controlled voluntarily by someone for few times. So this is my explanation about control of breathing rate. So now I am going to describe gas exchange in lungs. How inside lungs gaseous exchange took place. So gas exchange in lungs are divided into external respiration and internal respiration. So external respiration, the exchange of respiratory gases between the blood and alveolar air at the respiratory surface called external respiration. So what is external respiration? Let us understand. So exchange of respiratory gases, carbon dioxide and oxygen. So respiratory gases are carbon dioxide and oxygen. So respiratory gases, exchange of respiratory gases between blood and alveolar air at the respiratory surface is called external respiration. Once again, try to understand this point. So exchange of respiratory gases between blood and alveolar sac at the respiratory surface is called external respiration. So during the breathing cycle, what happens during the breathing cycle? During the breathing cycle, air is taken in and out of the body. Air is taken in and air is taken out of the body. Then what happens? The lungs always contain a residual volume of air. Lungs also contain some amount of air inside them. Then what happens? So that there is sufficient time for oxygen to absorb, for the carbon dioxide to be released. At that time, for few moments, the release of carbon dioxide will took place and intake of oxygen also took place. So this is my explanation about external respiration. Then I am going to describe internal respiration. So what happens in internal respiration? In internal respiration, oxygen from the alveolar air. What happened? Oxygen from the alveolar air is taken up by the blood in the alveolar blood vessels. Oxygen from the alveolar air is taken up by the blood in alveolar blood vessels. So, here the respiratory pigment hemoglobin. Here is respiratory pigment, which name is the hemoglobin, and that hemoglobin present in the RBCs pick up the oxygen, because I am going to tell you RBCs has great affinity to combine oxygen. So, each hemoglobin molecule binds 4 molecules of oxygen. Each, that means one molecule of hemoglobin binds 4 molecules of oxygen and forms oxyhemoglobin. That means binding of oxygen with hemoglobin formed oxyhemoglobin. Then oxyhemoglobin is transported to all cells of the body through the blood and with the help of blood vessels. So, my last point will be transport of gases. So, transport of gases, that means transport of oxygen. So, inside transport of oxygen, oxygen from the alveolar air, oxygen from the alveolar air is taken up by the blood in the alveolar blood vessels. These points I am explained within few seconds before, but now I am going to tell you about transport of carbon dioxide. What I am going to tell you? Transport of carbon dioxide. These points. Transport of carbon dioxide. So inside transport of carbon dioxide, when oxygen is used up in various metabolic activities, when oxygen is used up by the various metabolic activities, in tissues, carbon dioxide is produced as a waste product. At that time, carbon dioxide is produced as a waste. What is waste? And things or substance which are no use are called waste. So at that time, carbon is produced as a waste. Then what happened? Due to this, the concentration of carbon dioxide increases in the tissues. So concentration of carbon dioxide, amount of carbon dioxide will be increases in tissues. Then what happened? Due to this high concentration in the tissue, the carbon dioxide diffuses into the blood. High concentration of carbon dioxide in the tissues, there will be spread of carbon dioxide in the blood. Then the blood that carries carbon dioxide back up the lungs and release into the alveoli. That means blood which reach in carbon dioxide back up to the lungs and release in the body, release into the alveoli also. Then carbon dioxide is more soluble in water than oxygen. If we compare solubility of oxygen and carbon dioxide, then carbon dioxide is more soluble in water than in oxygen. So, hence it is transported mostly in the dissolved form in our blood. So, carbon dioxide mostly transported in the dissolved form in our body. Then what happened? It is transported by the blood plasma or RBCs mainly in the form of hydrogen and carbonate ions. So carbon dioxide transported in our blood mainly in the form of carbonate and the form of hydrogen ions. In the alveoli, the hydrogen carbonate ions break down to produce water and carbon dioxide. It even took place in the alveoli of the lungs. So lastly I will tell you that the carbon dioxide leaves the blood and goes into the alveolar air by diffusion process. So, transport of carbon dioxide took place in the body by this way. I tell you and describe you. So, this is my all the explanation in this video. If any doubt, click to your mind. If any doubt confused to you, my all student, class 10 student, then contact on my WhatsApp number and I will confirm. This much enough.